Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Flaw 700, aka Flaw Claw Van Dam, aka Flaw Cigar, aka your boy Thumb Some Goy. And I was told that I actually say the name wrong, Thumb Some Goy, whatever his name is. Just know he was the master, and so am I. And welcome to the podcast, brothers, episode 132. Once again, you know, if I introduce a show like that, Fresco isn't here. He can't join us this week. Hopefully he'll be back next week. It's still all good. It's still all love. And we've been doing this for 3 years, man. Sometimes niggas need breaks. Not me. I'm a machine. If I don't do this, something ain't right. We all need vacations from jobs, family, friends. I don't need no breaks when it comes to what I'm trying to accomplish with this podcast. This is actually my break. But with that being said, we do have a member of our extended family in the building to help me carry out this episode at its full capacity. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Kisha in the building. What's going on, Kisha?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah,
Sorry, I got the demons in my throat. But that's what Remy will do to you.
Remy Quiche.
That's gonna be her new and I hear Dean right now saying that. That's all he says. But hello, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
I'm glad you came. I found out you was coming yesterday.
Yes.
So when I got word that Fresco couldn't,
me when I was in the middle of partaking in my Remy.
So when I got word that Fresco wouldn't be able to join, I said, "Oh, I got Remy Quiche coming." No thing. It ain't no thing. Everything was cool. But
I'm ready.
Yeah, episode 132. Before we get into this week's episode and I introduce the guests, I want to let you guys know that if you listen to 131 in its entirety, then you know what you need to do to win those pair of sneakers come episode 150.
I like how you switched it. I thought it was going to be a simple listen, get a little clues, but I like how you switched it up.
Yeah. We got to
benefit you guys.
Exactly.
I was mad listening to it, though. I was like, damn, I got to do all this to win this sneaker.
I don't think she should be.
Why not?
Why not? I am
You just said she was an extended family, so that means she's part of
the only two people that can't win the sneakers is Fresco and I.
Yes.
That's it.
I won a t-shirt contest, too.
Yes, you did.
I did.
See?
So all of that.
I am on it. I love sneakers, too. You tripping.
So all of that, I never win nothing, is out the building. Your confidence is sky high right now.
It's up there. I'm ready. I am going to participate fully. Like, I'm ready.
Now, you got to excuse me. What Kisha know and what my brother know, I am so bad with names. So, and even though you just told me your name 5 minutes ago, I completely forgot. And I think I know, but I don't want to mess it up. Is it Fay?
You can just call me Fay.
Fay. We got Fay in the building joining us. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you can make it. I'm glad that you reached out to us. You wanted to be on the show because you have something coming up. Just for a quick second, we're going to get into the questions that we have for you in a minute, but just briefly tell the people, why you're here.
Pretty much here to promote my charity fashion show that I have going on at the end of the month. So if y'all listening, I want to see everybody out there.
Absolutely.
Come out, have a good time, support.
The pressure is on, people.
The pressure is on. Support.
When you come to the Podcast Brothers podcast, if y'all listening and y'all are in the Trenton area, go out and support Black people and what we got going on, man. You know what I mean? All we got is us.
I'm so bad at doing it, but I'm getting better.
At what? Supporting, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm bad because I'm just lazy.
But no, some people make it hard to support them.
True.
Some.
It's something. It's something. Well, Black businesses and supporting Black companies. We got to start so small.
Yeah.
So, like I told somebody, McDonald's might run out of ice cream or something. Ice cream machine might break,
all the time.
But they never run out of burgers and fries.
That's
Black people,
right.
We have such a budget. You might run out of something that the people might like. Like if you like fish and you want to go support this Black-owned business because you want like they fish, they might run out. We don't have the luxury. It's true.
You're right.
And then we kill them for it.
Yeah.
But that's why you need the support. So you can build to that point where you don't run out.
But you kill them in the process of them. Not saying you, not saying us.
No,
but
I get it.
We kill them.
Yeah.
Oh, such ain't had that fish?
Right.
Facebook.
Exactly. Well, not for me. I'm not. That's why I say I'm lazy all across the board. I'm not one of those Facebookers. I'm not running the. I only post when I'm birthday, special occasions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but I got to get better because that too. I got to get better because I'll support something. And I feel like once I did it once, it's enough. And I'll fall back, like way back. I'm so bad at that. But I'm getting better. I'm learning.
What I'm doing now, because of the Killer Mike special that I saw, I'm now supporting Black business every Friday. So every Friday, did y'all see that special? He tried to live off Black businesses.
I heard you talk about it though.
Throughout the whole week or weekend. And it was so hard to do it because you can't do it.
Talk about it.
You can't, as far as 100% Black owned, nah.
Like from food and everything,
food,
right?
soap.
Yeah, I remember you talking
everything,
about that
clothes. No. He wouldn't drive his car.
Because it wasn't Black owned.
So how was he getting around?
He had to find a Black-owned bike shop. No, he had to find a Black-owned bike shop and bike from wherever he was trying to go.
Yeah,
that's dedication.
I like that.
That is dedication. You can't even
a whole weekend. But the moral of the story is
he ain't make it.
It's not possible. He made it, but he almost cracked.
Oh, okay.
I remember it was this one scene where he sat down to eat, and he was about to go in, but it was a Black-owned business.
Okay.
But he found out that they didn't get the food from Black-owned farm. So he's about to dig in, and then he realized he couldn't do it. So this man was starving.
But that's dedication, though.
Listen, I'm not going that far to support.
Gandhi starve? I'm just saying.
So basically, I chose one day.
Okay.
And at least one thing on that Friday. So if I do lunch or if I do dinner, I'm going to make sure that I go spend my money at a Black-owned business.
That's a good idea. What I want to do is I want a Black bank. I want to look into that. I want to bank with Black people. That's probably the only thing that I think about doing when it comes to Black people, unfortunately.
But you know what, though? You know what I learned, though? You have to do what's in your heart.
Yeah.
If supporting Black businesses through food, through clothing ain't your thing, don't do it because you're Black.
Yeah.
Because it's going to show.
You're right.
It's gonna show.
Now, if Black banks, what'd you say?
I say, yeah, especially with me, it's going to show.
I thought you said especially with men. I was about to say,
it's
too early. It's too early. It's too early.
I ain't ready for that
yet. So if banking Black is your passion,
yes, I'm gonna look
do it. That might not be something that crossed my mind. Food might be what crossed my mind, so I'm going to support the food level. So, you know what I mean? I think we definitely have to stop forcing us to do everything Black because we're Black.
Yeah.
My favorite actor might be a white man. I don't have to.
I was about to say, my playlist is full of that Blue Eye Soul.
I don't have to.
You ain't about to get into my playlist.
Oh, yeah, yours way
okay.
off.
All right, it ain't off.
Music, not off, sorry.
But before we definitely get into this week's episode, this past Thursday was the Nipsey Hussle going home service. I watched all 4 hours.
Oh, I didn't even know it was that long.
I even watched the pre-show when they were just outside talking. I just was zoned in. And the going home service helped me understand why I cared so much, because I didn't think I did. Like last week, I said on the episode, I was on Twitter when I heard he got shot. And I looked at my phone and I looked back at TV. Then I looked back at my phone and it said, yo, Nip ain't make it. I said, okay. I looked back at my TV. For me, as the hours went on and the days went on, it took a toll on me more once I saw what this man what he actually did and the things that I heard he did. So when I watched the memorial service, it helped me get a better understanding of where my love for it came from. And it didn't start with music for me. It's not about the music. It was about what he stood for as a man.
100%.
And as a man, as a father, as somebody who is trying his best to figure out what it is out there for me to do for my people, for my community, for the world. I was kind of like, for one day, I would love for people to look at me how they looked at him.
What's up?
For one, just give me a day. This man had 33 years of that. Watching his brother tell the story about how great he was from a youngin', building a computer, getting a hustle, doing everything he did from a young age.
He wrote his music from the computer. Well,
he built a computer and started it.
Right.
So from everything he did from a young age to the time he passed at 33, from age he passed, this man was just great. Not perfect, but great. And I can sit up there and say, in my 35 years, I'm still trying to find that. So I admire you, Black man. I admire you. So, and then you got to see all the tweets and the Facebook posts. Oh, now y'all listen to Nipsey music?
It ain't about
For
the music.
some, it's not about the music.
I can't name one song
Facts, but guess who was
I know who he is, and I know what he was preaching. I know all of that, but I cannot name one song. I probably heard his song, but I can't name one. But I know who he is and all that good stuff. So
it's not all about the music, and for some people, it was about the music. For like three things: you either loved his music and didn't really understand or appreciate what he was doing as a man, or you loved what he was doing as a man, and you said you'll get to his music when you get to it, which was me, or you loved everything about this guy. Look at how now. It was something about it to where I was looking at it and I had like crazy thoughts in my head. I'm like, yo, Lauren London is kind of getting more oppressed than he is. So I had to sit there and register it. And once again, as a black man and a black woman, this was kind of like the first time that this was like a drama-free kind of relationship.
Yeah, I like that relationship.
To where the man was so good that we know to his woman, and she was so good to him. It reminded us of a king and a queen type of vibe. It reminded us of a Barack and a Michelle. You know what I mean? It reminded us of all the great black love stories that we've seen about 2 or 3, 4 times. You can't really name a black man and a black woman together being successful without crap in between.
They on a list.
They're on that list. And once again, this was all the things that I seen while he was alive, but I was doing my own thing.
Exactly. That's how I feel about it. That's how I was before we started the show anyway. I was like, it didn't affect me not one bit. And I mean that. And it's only because I don't give celebrities that kind of attention personally.
Yeah.
I'm not the one to fall in love with other people's love stories or any of that. But like you said, you can't help but to respect what he had going on and stuff. And I definitely paid attention to that. If you on social media, you pay attention to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a magazine girl. Like I pick up magazines, you read about it. I love they spread, the pictures they took.
I'm
and
glad
all
you brought that up. Remember we had that topic about magazines and actually reading books?
I still do.
Yeah.
So I still do. Yeah,
I remember.
Girl, so but as far as feeling any kind of way, no. But I get it. I get those that do. Yeah. I didn't look at anybody and say, "Oh, now you on Nipsey." No, it just was whatever for me. But it's a sad time, and I think the most I got out of it is I looked up who the doctor.
CB?
Yeah, I didn't want to mess that up. I looked up who that was. That's what I got out of it. Like
I think a lot of people did that.
Yeah,
a lot of people know who he is now. Because
Right. I found that part of it interesting because I'm into conspiracy theories and things like that. So so I was all digging through all that and everything like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I hope his documentary come out on that and everything. They need to push it.
100%.
That's the most I got from it. Sorry, people out there. I didn't watch the funeral or anything.
Well, you being 100 is the most important part.
Right. Yeah.
Don't come on the show just say I love Nipsey and you don't. Like, be you.
Yeah, no.
You Remy Quiche.
Pop didn't affect me.
Girl, you trying to start a whole riot now.
No, I'm just saying, like, none of the celebrity things don't affect me. The most the last time I've been affected by anything celebrity wise was the president, Barack and Michelle thing. But there's no in between for me.
And I think that was like the same thing to me. Kind of like Barack. Watching a man with a woman, with a family, we don't get that.
Don't get to see that.
That's all I'm saying.
Representation is everything.
And I swear to God, we would be better off if we was fed that. For example, this isn't one of the topics, but LeBron James school, you know what they're saying? They're beating expectations. Why? Because you're finally giving black kids the opportunity. Yep. If there was a million LeBron James schools,
I would have went.
What?
These kids are beating or overlapping expectations.
The kids are talented and they have all that, but it's not being nurtured. It's not being nurtured. It's not being paid attention to. It's just like they want us to fail. I don't want to say they like that, but
Fay.
Film.
I mean, listen.
And it's so spooky.
Yeah.
I was mad that they announced it. Don't tell the people that we great. This is why we get chopped down.
Exactly. You're right. They don't want us to know our greatness.
They don't want us to know. Don't report that again. Don't tell them how great we are.
Man, I thought we was going to be great. Shout out to Granville. I thought we was going to be great when, Mr. Granville came and opened up a few schools in the hood. It was horrible. But shout out to Granville though.
He tried.
It just made me think about he tried. Yeah. It just made me think about that. We just, like you said, we need more of that. I wish we could have that in these cities. Our city in particular.
Right.
Yeah, but
we don't have not one good school you could really talk about.
Well, we're about to have a nice pretty school, but that don't equal the education, the quality that should come with it. We're going to have a nice looking school for whoever to see, but that's not going to mean what are they going to get out of it.
Right.
And hopefully they take care of it.
I wish I had a passion for teaching. You know, I would definitely consider it. I don't have a passion for teaching.
I do.
But just like we talked about, whatever your passion is, like don't want to be like, oh, the kids need a better leader. Let me go be a teacher. If it's not in you,
it's not in me.
It's not in you.
Because I end up strangling.
But you can be a leader without being a teacher because you know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, you can
I'm thinking about
be
guidance counselor.
Yeah.
That's what my niche is.
Anytime you can make an effect, you can, have an effect on a youth.
Because they hiring, by the way. They sending out mad emails. Don't talk about for Trent High when it opens again. Yep, teachers, therapists, you name it.
So where were the teachers that was there, though?
They're spread it all out. And from what I'm hearing anyway, my little connect, with the education board, I'm hearing that they're going to still keep these other schools running as well. So they're going to be hiring hundreds of teachers. I don't know.
So the
overly populated. They're trying not to have everybody scrammed in there. So they're not going to shut down the old monument where they got the ninth graders at.
So why? Don't get me wrong. I know we don't have the answers, and I know that they're doing makes no sense. But why create this massive school and keep all the other schools the way they are?
Which makes absolutely
build for new renovated schools. Yeah. So all the kids feel appreciated, special, and wanted. But if you got this one school that has all the upgraded,
all the good stuff,
the other kids,
and then you got to go to the other school with the chip paint.
Dashan said money. Oh yeah, Dashan's in the building, guys. I don't know if you guys
trying to be all quiet. Somebody get her a mic.
But yeah, so shout out to and just to continue with the Nipsey Hussle thing, his mother, his father, his brother, his kids, everybody's strong. So it kind of makes you be like, okay, listen, you got to stop, fam, because if they strong, we shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Well, his mom said that. She was like, I'm at peace. So if I'm at peace, you all should be as well.
And for me, like I said, it was just a man thing for me. It was just like, for me to have somebody to look up to, which I never did. A lot of us never did.
Right.
It just feels wonderful. That's why I get real excited when Denzel talks. Like, yo, that's a man right there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was great.
When certain people grab the mic and they start talking, you be like, okay, I'm going to shut up now because I don't know nothing. I'm about to soak up all of these vitamins that you got for me. So it is what it is with that. So with that being said, man, we can get into the interview portion of the episode. And our guest, say your name one more time.
Fay.
I don't know why I want to call you Z.
I don't know why either.
It's the ending. Her name is Fay Lee.
But where does Z come from?
I don't know.
I don't listen. I've been doing this for 3 years. This is what I do.
Obviously, you need to practice with
our people don't pronounce things all the way correct sometimes.
Yeah, we know.
What me is one of my things that I learned about me is I'm afraid to make a mistake. I could have said your name. I just didn't want to mess it up. I didn't want to mess it up. So that's something that I'm working on. I could have said your name, but
I will.
It's been butchered plenty of times. That's why I go by Fay. My name is Fay Lee.
How could you mess up Fay Lee though?
But you know what's crazy though? In a car, you know how you got the little GPS thing. I mean, the voice thing, the talking stuff. They say her name right all the time, but they don't say nobody else's name right. I'm like, call Fay Lee. They're like, calling Fay Lee.
I know that's right. I didn't know that.
Let me say call Kisha or Kisha, call Tasha or something like that.
If you say call Jarrell, they'll say calling Jerome.
Yeah, exactly.
I am Jerome to so many people, man.
I'm surprised.
I guess white women are Becky and the black man is always going to be Jerome. Always.
Becky.
So with that being said, once again, we've been talking about 20 minutes now, so I just want to get the listeners a refresh their memories on who you are and where you from.
My name is Fay Lee, aka Fay.
Fay Lee.
I'm originally from Hamilton,
New Jersey.
Yep, but I mean, I pretty much was raised Hamilton, Trenton, same thing. So pretty much, I have a freelance glam squad. So right now we mainly specialize in weddings and special occasions and all that. So I'm trying to get it to the point where it's kind of on an everyday type of thing.
Now, me personally, I hear glam squad and I'm lost. So what you're telling me is
I'm selling beauty.
Makes so much sense.
So what you do is at weddings, the bride. And
I provide hair, makeup, nails, spa, and all that stuff. So basically, I make it easier for the bride to enjoy her day instead of
having a different hairstylist, having a different makeup person.
Or having to go to a salon, and then by the time you get to your destination or whatever, your hair is messed up, your makeup drawn in, whatever. We're with you from the beginning until you walk down the aisle.
Fire.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I've never thought of possibly. I'm not on the other side, so I don't know.
Of course, you're not.
I don't know what women go through.
I mean, to give you a background, I am a hairstylist, so that's kind of where it came from.
Yeah, Fay gave me my first micros.
Oh God,
I
don't do that no more.
I was like, I didn't know how old I was, but yeah.
Because let me tell you something: a fresh shape up for all us men, and we good to go.
But I'm saying though, men as well. We do grooms.
Okay, so tell us what you do for the men.
Shape up. Whatever you need.
So you run the business. You are not doing everything yourself.
No,
not saying that it's a problem if you were.
No. I'm
not saying that.
I'm doing the hair, and I'm trying to get into the point where I fade away from the actual doing hair and just doing the business part of it. Because running the business is
up
a lot.
Mm-hmm. But you do want to be able to do it all and then say, hey, okay, now I'm going to run this part.
Right.
But I can do everything that you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
So when it's time for you to fire people.
No, definitely. Because even with the hairstylist, I have assistants, so I train them before I send them to anybody, because that's my name out there. So I can't just be sending anybody just doing, whatever.
That's why I love this, man. Like we and I've said this, and Kisha listens to every episode. It was a point in Trenton where everybody wanted to be a rapper or something. Since we started doing this show, everybody has and everybody's doing something different. There is I've never heard that before.
Right.
Like people have done fashion shows and things of that nature, but nobody has what you have going on, at least to my knowledge.
It's actually more popular in the city. Mm-hmm. That's where, because I used to work for a Glam squad, that's what it's called, in New York City. Mm-hmm. So I pretty much took the idea and I was like, listen, ain't no point in me commuting here every weekend and, running around all over the city when I got clientele in my hometown. So why not just kind of, build off of that? And that's why I said I started with weddings, and eventually I'm going to grow into more and more events. So
I'm kind of on that path to where I'm starting my business now.
Right.
What's my business going to be? What I'm already doing.
I'm about to say, yeah.
There's so many people who want to start a podcast. Let me know. So many people who want to start a podcast but don't know how or don't have the equipment.
There you go.
I pull up. I take care of you. I did.
Yep.
I am not. Before, maybe a few years ago, I would have been focused on, man, only got one person to record. I don't got no clientele yet. No. It's not about that.
It's not about that.
Had that faith.
Yep. Once you have that vision, I'm telling you, I get visions popping in my head all the time.
Retrain your subconscious.
Yep.
Your subconscious is where it's at. You have to retrain it. Because your subconscious be like, that ain't going to work, my nigga.
But that's the thing. You speak things into existence. Just like you can speak positivity into existence, you can speak negativity into existence.
Well, for me, there's some positive people, there's some negative people. I think my subconscious is negative, but that's for me. So when you always want to start something, you procrastinate.
Right.
And when you procrastinate, you leave time for doubt. So to be like, it's not going to work.
Or for somebody else to steal the idea.
Oh, you know how many times that's happened?
And
where you want to do something?
Dang. Like 2 or 3 years later, I should have did that one. Yeah, you should have, could have, but you didn't. So
I knew musically when I used to rap.
Along with everybody else.
A long time ago.
Oh my God.
I would have never known.
I know Jared's at home right now talking about this motherfucker. I used to be rapper again.
I knew I was on the right path when this happened. Me and my pops made a song. And the song was 1, 2, Flawless coming for you.
Oh my God.
3, 4, right? A year later, or maybe a few months later, DMX makes this song. 1, 2, X is coming. I said, man.
That was your song.
Yeah. And everybody, so it's not that mine was better or whatever. It was just, I knew I was doing something right.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the know-how to believe in myself 100% and push it.
We are our own worst enemies, right?
There were so many songs that my dad would sample, and then we'd hear other people, and then you hear on the radio. It's just, you're there, you're just not there. So
get that feeling all the time.
All the time. Still to this day.
But you guys are great. I just have to say that, right? Because I find myself being more, let's say, impressed and I had it in my head, but
Motivated?
I forgot it. And not necessarily motivated, because I don't have a passion for any artistry, anything like that. Like I'm not a producer, right? I'm not a designer, right? I don't do hair and things like that or whatever. But I love those who do, because I can't. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I find myself being more attracted to, especially as I get older. I'm like, yo, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That they able to do this. That's why, not that I hate upcoming rappers or rappers that come out of the blue and stuff like that. I just, that's a whole nother topic. I ain't gonna go there. But like you said, now our city producing way more than just I'm rapping now. So like, this is cool. I be trying to be involved in all these things. It's not me. Like I said, I'm going to work on supporting it more and everything like that. But I think you guys are awesome for doing that. I don't have any skill whatsoever when it comes to that. My passion comes with the mind. That's a whole nother story. But
I mean, that's something that you can feed. Like,
exactly.
okay, like you might not be the next podcaster from the town. Nah. You might not be the next fashion designer from the town.
I'm trying to be the next doctor.
Okay, I hear that.
Okay,
just saying.
Yeah.
If somebody want to help me out,
you better
with,
speak
it. That.
Okay, so we're going to switch that. We're not trying to be. You will be.
I'm about to say.
You will be.
That's one thing I learned. Not trying. Everything is, I'm going to, I will, it's going to happen.
I like that.
Yeah.
This book I'm reading, right? You know what the book said? Mm-hmm. The book said, tell yourself how much money you want to make and how much and when you want to make it. Yep. And it will be there.
It will be there. No.
That's crazy.
100%.
It also says to burn the boat. And what that means is sometimes you're going to have to leave your comfort zone before you get it.
100%.
And you have to own it. Like I'm already a success.
Yeah.
You have to own it. Everything you talk about has to be, I'm going to get this done.
I talk about y'all all the time. Talk about your business. Talk about your business. Talk about your business all the time.
Yep.
Dashane has a business also. So, she's in the building. She designed. I can't talk about it. She could, but yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get her on the show.
One day she'll come back.
She'll come on
and promote, but yeah.
So tell us about the charity fashion show that you're organizing.
So I'm basically going to be donating to, I don't know if everybody knows Homefront.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we know Homefront.
Yeah. So my thing is, I've always had this thing when it came to either homeless people or just people just not having as much. Because my thing is, I always want to know, like, what happened? Like, how did you get there? And I know every little bit helps. So anything that I can get from this fashion show, I'm going to donate a portion of the proceeds to Homefront. So that's why I'm trying to get everybody to come out. So the more money, the better for them. You can basically help out one family, two families, whatever. If I can help out one person, I'll be satisfied.
So when it comes to the homeless people, you hear some people say, well, it doesn't matter how they got there. They're homeless. They need it. I hear you saying you want to know. You want to hear the story.
Know.
Now, I'm fine with that. My favorite subject in school was history.
Right.
I love to hear. I love documentaries. I like to know how things happen.
Learn.
So what, can you name a story, or do you want to talk about a story as you heard where you might have been like, okay, I get it. Somebody told you they was homeless?
I think it was just one of my friends. He actually lives in the city. And I think it was just transition lifestyle wise, because he had just got custody of his son and he just couldn't kind of get it together. I mean, eventually he did. But I think the one story he gave me, it broke my heart. It was just like his son, smallest thing, asked him for ice cream. And he didn't have the money to get ice cream. He was like, I found myself picking up change off the ground just to get my son ice cream.
Some sad stuff.
That's for real. Like, that broke my heart.
He's our age?
Yeah, 34 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, he's good now, but my thing is, yeah, you can bounce that back from that, but there's people that don't. So what happened to get you to that point where you're literally like in survivor mode and all your morals go out the window? Like,
right, because being ignorant to the situation and not knowing, I'm pretty sure a lot of us, and even me, like, how are you homeless? Don't you have a family?
That's what I'm saying.
Where's your mom, your dad, your grandmom, your granddad, brothers? How?
Yeah, how?
And I think when I started to work in New York City, obviously you see more homeless people, and it's hard to ignore because they're literally right in your face. So that's where I kind of was like, okay, I want to do something about this. So I'm starting off small, obviously, and then eventually I would definitely love to do more, charitable contributions and more events and all that good stuff. So,
So what got you into the glam business? Like, when did you say, man, this is it? This is what I like?
It's funny because I've always wanted to do the whole glam thing, but it really didn't start to really get popular until like a couple years ago, because I've always had the idea. I just didn't know how to execute it. So once I found Glam Squad in New York City, I kind of became a mole. So I started working for them so I can get the ins and outs of how they ran it, what they did, and all that good stuff. And then, like I said, once I got that, took it back. And then also, like I said, I am a hairstylist. I love doing hair. I love the beauty industry, but I don't want to do hair forever. That's not going to get me to where my vision is. That's not going to get me to where I want. So this is just a stepping stone. I have so much more in store that I'm trying to get done. This is just basically to kind of start it off.
So what age and what age and what were you doing when you were just like, this is what I want to do?
As far as hair?
All of it. Like just, this is the path. I've
always done hair.
Is it in the family? Is it
no? All my family is in nursing field, medical field. I am literally the only artistic, creative person, and I was shunned away from it many times. My mom didn't want me to be a hairstylist. There was a lot of times, even when I went to beauty school, I took a whole year off after beauty school because I was like, "There's no money in this. I don't want to do hair." But once I kind of found my niche, I guess you want to say my niche, whatever you want to call it. Then I kind of, started to progress and work towards it, and knowing that I didn't want to either be in a salon forever or just do hair forever. I wanted to make something of it. So I figured having a Glam Squad is basically a way for me not to have to work because everybody's doing it for me.
Yo, have you ever had any other job besides doing hair other than Taco Bell back in the day?
I actually worked for a mortgage company and I hated every minute of it.
I didn't know that. And I've been for a long time.
The money was great, but
really?
Yeah, but I can't sit behind a computer all day long.
Is her from hair.
Please don't do that. Don't do that. I sit at a desk for 10 hours a day.
And do it.
Yeah, I can't.
It's tough. It's tough.
Lord.
And in my mind, see, once again, I'm trying to program myself to, fly, basically burn the boat. That's what it's called, burn the boat.
Yeah.
Meaning walk away and you can't look back because there's no boat to get back on.
Yeah.
But I can't get it. See, and I don't like using that. But at this point, it's hard for me, as many kids as I have, to walk away from a job. To walk away from a job and say, I have no health insurance.
No, I get it.
It's not about the money. I can listen. I work
It's
for, but
stability.
I partner with DoorDash. I can go get money anytime I want.
Right.
I could leave here and work all night and make money doing what I want to do just by driving my car, picking up food. But it's the comfortability of having that insurance to where if anything happens to kids, Dad got that card, you can go. I'm in therapy. You know what I mean? Right now, my payments is almost nothing because of the insurance I have. So once I figured that out, and maybe if I keep talking about it, an angel will come into my life and say, you know what?
Keep talking about it.
You don't have to work to have insurance.
Yeah, right.
And I know that.
I'm about to say.
I haven't looked into it as to how to go about it.
Right.
But it's a possibility. You do not need a job to have insurance.
And
you don't.
Thanks to y'all president, what's his name? What you call him? 45.
45.
Yeah, he don't care whether you got it or not anyway. So
he don't care about a lot of things, but that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story. I'm just saying, just made me think about that. How when we do our taxes and stuff with Obama, it's necessary you have insurance and all that. And starting, I think they say next year, it doesn't matter if you do or don't.
That's the crazy part, man. Yeah. It takes so long to put in what you want. Like he's been president for about 3 years now.
And
he's now, but then when he loses,
let's speak it when he loses.
When he loses. Somebody's going to come in and change it again. So it's just like,
constant cycle.
Yeah, y'all.
We ain't about to get on the presidential.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bring that up.
I'm about to say.
When you talk about the insurance thing, just made me think about this bastard.
We haven't talked about him in a while. He's definitely been wilding. But
God.
Yeah.
If not beauty, fashion, what do you think you'd be doing?
Tacos. Sorry, just tacos. Tacos popped in my head.
I definitely wouldn't be slinging tacos.
Taco shop? Yeah, you on taco shop?
No, that's the only job I ever known.
No,
I mean, hair, so that's why I said tacos. It just
but that's what I'm saying. Like, even if it wasn't me being, actually doing the beauty part of it, I would just still be in it because that's just. I don't know anything else that makes me.
I was hoping that'd be your answer. I asked Mega, he was on here. He does the AIP training, and I asked him what would he be doing if not this. He said nothing.
There's
nothing else. Like
once
is no
you
plan
find
B.
your passion, that is like so liberating because nobody can take that from you. And then when you do work towards your passion, it's not work. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like work. Like I literally just yesterday, I drove 2.5 hours to upstate New York for, a client, a bride. Normally 2.5 hours to New York, that's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But
it was work.
It was work.
Chasing that money.
Chasing that money.
Are you in New York often?
Often.
So it's not so okay. So for you, it's nothing like
no.
I'm in New York all the time. So okay.
Second nature.
For me, if I got offered something like that, I jump because it's just a different opportunity for me. Right. Believe it or not, I have not left this city my entire life.
Some people don't.
I'll be 36 this year. Mm-hmm. I've went to Miami. Yes. I've took a cruise with my family. Yes. But these things just happened in my mid-30s. So for me, and I did go to Atlanta last year. It was a podcast event. But once again, these are things that's been happening in the last 2-3 years of my life. So for me, if I had got a call that, hey, yo, there's a spot in New York and they want your presence there, to me, it was like, yo, I just wanted to, okay, great, I'm there.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the first time, right.
I
was like, okay. And then it just,
and now it's just all right, fam.
Yeah. It's like, I got to make this 2-hour drive, but come out of there with a good chunk of change. You can't complain.
Are any Game of Thrones fans?
Hell yeah.
I ain't never watched one episode.
I'm excited.
Are you excited tonight?
I'm very excited. 9 o'clock. Worry about it.
Why so late?
Late. That's normal time.
I gotta get up at 4 in the morning.
I hate that it's in competition though with the Shy.
The Shy?
Yeah, that's back on and it comes on. I think that's on Stars and it's exactly at 9 o'clock too, I believe. And then, like we said, I ain't racist, so I'm gonna put it. I watch Charmed. That's at 9 o'clock. I got so many shows at 9 o'clock.
Racism and Charm.
Hold up.
Well, I say that because earlier we were talking about the whole our playlist and stuff. How I just don't support just black people stuff. So and I know Game of Thrones not black either, but that's that shit.
I don't think they had not one black person on that shit.
Not one.
But isn't that realistic though?
Yeah.
I don't think wasn't no black people back then. I
wouldn't know. People everywhere.
Talking about, but not there though.
Right.
The place they made up.
Wasn't no black man fighting to be king.
That we know.
I'm excited though.
That we know.
Exactly, because they don't tell us a lot.
Talk about it. True.
Once again, that's another topic.
But I'm excited. Oh, and it's playoffs. I'm a huge basketball fan.
No,
too.
how about yesterday, man?
All them
upsets,
man. And look, and I bet.
I don't even know.
I'm put that out there. I be betting, and I bet on the game, and I didn't yesterday. I'm glad because I would have been pissed because every team that I thought was gonna win didn't win. That jump was crazy. It's getting exciting.
So you don't watch no sports?
Nah.
The only time I watch sports is if it's with a significant other and and I want to spend time with him and he wants to watch football. We watching football.
Okay.
But I mean, I could tell you enough from.
Let me ask this question. Are you one of those? What's the first down type of people? Like when you're watching.
I don't ask no questions. I just kind of sit back and observe because I don't want to sound crazy and I don't want to get on nobody's nerves. Like, damn, I just told you that. So I just
listen.
I sit back.
I'm gonna put Fay on blast. Right in January, we went to LA.
Oh God.
Right, and we went to a basketball game because that's the reason why we went to LA.
Oh my God.
And this mother sucker was in the chair falling asleep.
First, in my defense, hold on.
In the Staples Center.
Not to put my business out there. First of all, I was sick, and then I'm sorry, but them edibles hit like a
Yeah, we were in LA. I would say that. I'm not gonna lie.
I couldn't tell you. Once I seen LeBron, I could not keep my eyes open. Listen, there was a lot of things that happened from the edibles.
I shoved her a couple of times. I was really, I felt some kind of way. Like I was hurt.
I was there.
And I probably was mad too because we lost that game and stuff like that. So.
The OKC game?
Yes, the OKC game.
And
my cousin, an OKC fan.
I feel you because we're in Los Angeles. We're at the Staples Center. These are like once in a lifetime.
Sick. Keisha, was I not sick?
I don't remember.
I had no voice.
I don't know.
You don't remember?
So that's how much of a sports fan she is.
Oh my
God.
God.
To give you an example.
I like the experience.
Yeah, I will say
like
that.
I've been to baseball games, I've been to football games, I've been to basketball games.
She dressed the part in the whole nine.
Yeah, that's
I was going to get on her because Faylee's the type that'll walk into any situation with her heels on and stuff like that. But she actually put on sneakers.
I had on sneakers.
She actually put on sneakers. So that was a big step for her.
Shout out to you always wearing them heels.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm a short person. I'm a short person, so I just feel more confident in, my presence is shown more when I got on some heels. I feel like, I guess.
Whoa.
I like your new button, by the way. I like your new button. This is when he switches subject.
Should we treat relationships like a business? I brought this up because we aren't really living in times like marriage, right? Marriage is when you want to continue your family legacy. Well, it used to be. You want to continue your family legacy. It's the joining of family, and it's like the joining of all types of worlds. Like your debt is shared. Everything you can name is shared when it comes to marriage. Property ownership, inheritance, divorce and alimony, death benefits, all of that come with the marriage. You guys are one. Like, you can go in debt, and the second I marry you, I take on the debt.
Oh, God. You're not even going to get started on that.
You could be making $100 million, and I could be making $100,000. That's our money now. We got to split that down the middle if a divorce happens.
I don't agree with that.
I'm asking this because now in relationships, we're living with each other. We're not married, but we're living with each other. We have children with each other. And there's so much involved when it comes to just being boyfriend and girlfriend. Then comes the rocky moment where you have to decide, listen, I don't think this is for me anymore.
Right.
But you guys have a house, you have children, you have so much riding at stake with this relationship. So should we treat relationships like a business?
I'm torn. I'll tell you why. Quick story. My grandparents, my grandma was 17, my grandfather was 27. They lived down south. He said, I'm starting a business in Trenton. Marry me. Come with me. They barely knew each other. I feel like their relationship started off as a business. He was the provider and she was the home. Took care of the home and everything like that. My grandma always tell me, I ain't love that man.
Wow.
She did, but
At least she was honest.
But yeah, she always, but he'd say the same. He'd say he looked at several other women. Basically, they were just telling them about how they basically probably cheated on each other during the earlier parts of their relationship. But, they grew and they fell in love eventually. But I could always just remember being in their house and it was always business talk. All right, I'm going to pay these bills, but you got to fix this and all that. All right, I'm going to handle this laundry stuff. I don't know. I felt like that was business talk to them. I didn't feel the, not that I didn't feel the passion or I didn't see the passion. Like I said, eventually they fell in love. But then I feel like as they got older, it went right back to just being business. And it worked because my grandfather, he passed away a couple of years ago, but they were still happily married in the same house. That's the only man she's ever known. Stuff like that. So, but then on the other hand, I think I'm single right now because I'm not willing to allow a man to have half of what I have.
Facts.
Or just, I can't share. I'm stingy.
Especially when you work so hard.
Especially when you work so hard. So I'm torn because I've seen it like a business or probably all my life, but I don't want it. I don't want it that way.
I guess
I don't know. I'm torn.
Now that women are being more successful than ever, women aren't just the stay-home moms.
Right. No.
And then when the divorce happens, they want half and the men cry foul. We're now seeing women be the boss of the family.
Protected our shit.
And
right? For real.
We see that men, I'm going to give you an example. What's her name? She sings. She was in that movie with Beyonce. She sung. And I'm telling you, I'm not going nowhere.
Oh, Jennifer Hussle.
Jennifer Hussle. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So her husband are going through it.
Oh, they're going through it. He wants her money and shit, right? Yeah.
But
he was a lawyer too, though.
He sure was.
But he stopped.
And he stopped
to help her push her
in a wrestler. Sorry,
right? So how far into the relationship did he?
Well, before we get there, what I'm saying is now that the tables have turned, I think women get a chance to see a little bit how it is. Like, yo, this is mine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you were there.
Went through it? Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige.
That would hurt my feelings. What? Like, I felt hurt pain.
But remember, at one time, it was all men. And the men, and it's kind of divided us because we like, no, she deserved half.
Right.
And men be like, no, you don't deserve nothing. So I just
wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Right.
So now that women are more successful than they've ever been, and some men might take that role, because like we said, he was a lawyer.
Yeah.
And he decided not to do whatever it was that he was trying to do, and he just stay home dad. And we're now seeing that when it comes down to the money, it's unfair on both parties. So it's not just about men and women.
It is.
It is what it is when it comes to that. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because, just like I said, we're already living with each other. Like when it comes to marriage, the rules that was there for marriage, we definitely aren't living now. We're not waiting for marriage to have sex. We're not waiting to have children. We're not waiting to move in. We're not waiting to share the finances.
Right.
So when hard times come, even though we're not married, it's just so easy just to be like, you know what, I'm done with this.
But that's the problem.
What?
That's the problem because it's so easy to just be like, I'm done because you don't have that connection.
But should you? You guys lived. It's a house. You already got a house.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You already have children.
Right.
So if something happens with you in your situation, is it just so quick to be like, you know, I'm done with this? Or do we go into, all right, listen, we need an open relationship, I'm just saying, or we need to sleep in separate rooms? Like, what are the options?
Finding something.
Yeah, what are the options that we're going to allow for this household to keep moving in the direction that it's moving? Now, personally, me and you are done right now. Therapy might help later. But what options would you give your partner moving forward so the house, the children, everything still looks Gucci? Right. But it's not really. That's kind of like marriages, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's where it
becomes hard.
Yeah, I was going to say that's where it becomes hard because you don't have that paperwork to kind of find you.
At the end of the day, and nobody's gonna let no lights get cut off. I'm sorry, I'm not. No. I'm not letting my lights get cut off.
But there's petty people out there, Lakeisha.
So at the end of the day, I see myself just paying for doing whatever it needs to be done for us to make it work. But like I said, that's why I'm not in a relationship.
I was about to say that's you. Not a lot of people think like that.
Yeah,
people
I know. That's why I'm not, because I'm not about that.
Petty.
Yeah.
Like.
So I've seen. Okay. Get out my house. Knowing damn well you can't afford the house. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Knowing you can't afford the house by yourself. Get out.
Yeah. Well.
Now, don't get me wrong. We let our emotions get the best of us in the heat of the moment.
Us females, 2019 females, if we say get out of our house, I feel like
it's usually our house.
I feel like
if I said it,
afford to keep
when I said it,
I'm gonna make sure I could anyway. My finances are gonna be straight for me to handle, and that's where we get that whole independent woman thing coming into play. Dashan giving the head. But that's where we get that independent and become too independent, I guess you can say, whatever. I get told that all the time. Because I don't need a man.
Don't say you don't need one. See, once again, another topic.
But I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, we take such good care of ourselves now. Like you said, we're the breadwinners. And in my family, personally, it flipped like crazy. Like, we be, no offense to the men in my family, but the women, oh my God, every household is ran by a woman at this point right now.
I think that's a lot. I think that's spread out. I think that's really going on in the world.
So when my mom say get out, bitch, get out. When my aunt say get out, bitch, get out, and she got it. Like we got it. So that's why I said I'm torn between that, because I grew up though seeing on the flip side, I grew up seeing a man completely run it and work with his wife, and like I said, it seemed almost business oriented.
But it just goes to show you how much times have changed.
I know, and I like a little bit of both.
I was gonna say it's like it's a gift and a curse. You want to be happy that the women are all that, but at the same time, I feel like I still want. I don't want to say I want a man to save me, but I still want to feel like he's doing his part as far as the protector and all that good stuff.
Women are so powerful these days. You guys will give the man the role. Like, listen, I don't want to do this. I'm giving it to you. I can do it myself.
But I want you
but I still want you to pretend like you're protecting me.
Right, exactly.
Because this is what I want from you.
I just need to know that if I can't do it, you there.
But you got it.
You got it.
I just don't want to do that, though.
But what about you, Gerard? You didn't say what you thought.
I honestly think that for me, you should definitely treat it like a marriage, because we're already living like the only difference between what we do now and marriage is we just haven't walked down that aisle and said I do.
And the paperwork.
Everything, the paperwork. Everything else is so the same. And we're not waiting to have children, have a family, just have all types of joint accounts. I will say though, I would advise, for me, stretch it out as long as you can until it messes with the mental.
Right.
When you become miserable in your head, and I think all roles go out the window.
Absolutely.
Because you got to protect yourself first. If something was to happen in your household where somebody stepped out on you, or you're just not being happy no more, and you want to start sleeping in separate rooms, but you want to continue that image for your children, even though we know children,
they know everything.
They know.
Whether you say it or not.
You might think you're doing
shielding
something
them and hiding.
But
they know. If anything, you're making it worse, because now you got to fix the lie that you done created. Because eventually,
and you're also teaching them
to lie and to
what to expect when you get into a relationship.
Exactly.
Like, this is okay. It's
Right.
all right. There's no way you can tell your kids, like, there's no way you can tell your kids not to put up with something they watch you put up with.
Exactly. No, 100%.
So I'll say, if you can extend it because of business, because of comfortability, if you're comfortable.
See, comfort is a scary thing.
Yeah,
It's
comfort.
a scary thing because people get comfortable and it literally keeps you from growing. Like, you cannot evolve.
You used to think comfort was a good thing.
Yeah,
safe.
because you felt safe. Now it's like, if I get too comfortable, I start to lose my damn mind. Like, I need to go.
And then you learn getting out of your comfort zone is the best place you can be
100%.
in your life.
Because that's where all the magic is.
Because all it is opportunity for growth. So for me, I'll say, make it work as long as you can until it really messes with your mind, with your mental. And when you, after that, it's a dub. Yeah. Everything get thrown out. Sell the house. I don't care. I will lose every dime I have. I'll get it back. That's when you get into, I don't care no more. Yeah. I need my peace of mind.
Yeah, because once you kind of lose that peace of mind, you're no good to nobody, especially if there's kids involved. So it's like, you don't want to do that to you.
Yeah, I run pretty quick.
You say you run pretty quick?
I do. You know, these girls here are my friends. They can tell you if I'm not happy.
Oh yeah,
I'm out.
We be the ones having to tell her, like,
Kisha. But you want to know what's crazy though? That's your right. This is what people don't understand.
I have nothing holding me in.
That is your right.
I understand
that,
that,
but let it be about the kids.
But no,
and all
I feel like she doesn't give it like enough
all the time.
Yeah.
She gave no.
Listen.
She gave them all the time that she can give.
Thank you, Jarrell.
That's it.
I don't know.
That's it.
Jarrell, don't egg her on, please. Please.
I'm with you, Remy Kisha.
No.
I'm with you.
Listen, my brothers call me a quitter all the time when it comes to that.
That's
they be
what
like,
I'm saying.
With relationships and stuff like that. Well, my brothers, my mom, all of them. They're like, yo, you always quitting. I
For
said,
real.
I didn't quit nothing. They quit. I left. It's a difference. It's a difference.
Yeah.
They quit. Like, whatever, like you said, what happened to you still making me happy with the stuff you were doing before? You know, like you just stop. Okay, you stop, I leave. There's no
but
middle.
Is there a conversation being had though? Because a lot of times, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of times, you know, people are in their own heads and they got their own things going on, whether they're in a relationship or not. And sometimes you do forget and you neglect your mate or whatever. But that's where a conversation.
The conversation is had, but me having a conversation isn't gonna change, like you say, how I feel. It's my mental.
But how you feel is because that person stopped doing what they was doing. So if you have a conversation,
then I gotta wait around for them to do it again.
Do you hear this? Impatient. It's not wait around to do it again, but you don't know what. If you're not having a conversation, you don't know what's happening. You don't know what that person's going through if they're not sharing it with you. So if
I do feel both sides of the story.
Right.
I do feel.
I guess.
I'm a hopeless romantic, even though
What's that?
Kisha will beg to differ. You know, I have a tough exterior, but I am a hopeless romantic. I want the love story and all that. And my thing is,
me too.
Not if you quitting.
I wouldn't have to quit them if they don't mess up. So
they gonna mess up. That's human nature. That's what we do. That's why, like I said, you have a conversation.
But how
and
quick?
Talk about it.
How quick are you allowed to mess up though?
What do you mean? How quick you're allowed?
How quick? Like, I just met you.
Everybody has their limits.
Kisha's
limit is very short, obviously, and that's why she's single.
These are lies with the whole short. I give stuff time.
No, she don't.
They're exaggerating a bit. I give stuff time. I weigh all options. You know, I do the whole. Well, if this is this and that is that, I have the conversations. It might
with
not
yourself or with your mate.
With my mate, I have the conversation with my mate. I'm very open. You guys know I don't hold back anything.
Here's the question.
It's very hard for me to.
Remy Kisha. Are you happy?
Yes.
That's all. That's all.
I've been living my best life.
My best life.
That's it.
I get to pick and choose everything I want, and that's probably one of my biggest problems too. Control. I like control.
Oh yeah,
you like control.
Yeah, I like complete control. So now
you see why her patience is short.
Exactly, with having this whole mindset of me being in control of how I want things to turn out, it do kind of, you know, leaves me on the fence about a few things that I might just kick away sooner than I should have. I can admit that.
That's interesting that you bring it up because there's two types of control. I kind of like your control though.
Yeah, my control I like it too.
Control can be, but the two types of control that I'm talking about is you'll have a situation where if it's not going my way, I'm
done.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not a baby
no.
like that. No, I think that's that baby.
Yeah.
thing.
No. I mean, I thought, this is what I was hearing from you. Like, I like control, and if things
it's
aren't
not
going to go my way,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah,
That's you.
Yeah.
a little bit.
She may not want to admit it,
But then you'll have people who want control so bad that regardless, like they'll just beat it over your head. Like, no, you're going to do this.
Oh no.
Right. So I appreciate your form of control.
No, I don't hold on to it.
There are some people who, no. You're with me.
Yeah, no.
And
oh my gosh,
you're going to do what I say, and we're going to move how I want to move because I'm a control freak.
Right.
And I feel I'll be miserable if I did that.
Yeah.
I'm not forcing you to do my way, but we are going to do it my way. Okay. You know? And it's fine because I most guys that I date likes it my way because their way and my way are similar, right? So, but then if you switch that up on me, then I no longer have interest because we were doing it our way. It just seems like mine.
No, I was going to say that we're going it your way until.
Do you like the honeymoon phase? Are you saying that once the honeymoon phase is over, you be
That's
like,
what I feel like with I feel like once that with her, once that honeymoon phase is over, I think her patience just gets like
because we all know the honeymoon phase is the best.
Yeah.
But then there's life after the honeymoon phase, though. So
I've been through that life after the honeymoon phase, okay, and I've been down all the roads and. She ain't putting her finger up once. Yeah, just once. You're right. Once. But I've learned from that one time to just, like you said, not let it get there. Like at a certain point, you just need to let things go. And I'm fine with letting things go. Holding on to it for years. I'm not about to wait out in a relationship for 4 or 5 years and I've only been happy the first year. Like I can't do that. I can't. And I get it. People like to do the fight and, you're supposed to work at stuff and all that. But I feel like that part of my life should be happy. I should be happy all the time.
Some people think that fighting is part of the relationship.
I hate to hear that.
Every relationship that I had that was successful, we never fought.
See?
But some people think that this is, you must don't care about me if you're not going to fight for me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't want to fight you every single day.
I don't want to fight.
I don't want to argue with you every single day.
I'm a peaceful person. Let's have a drink, shot of Remy.
Let's have a drink, shot of Remy.
That's a good idea, though. Whenever the conversation is about to be had, let's have a drink.
That is not a good idea.
But it depends. If you're a rowdy drunk,
okay.
If drinking makes you get physical, no. But if you know that you're a calm, goofy, drunk, in a conversation, like me personally, I really think I can articulate myself better when I'm drinking.
Really?
I do too.
I do.
I have some of the most profound conversations.
You will really get to know me if I took a swig of that Ciroc.
They say it's the what they call it, the truth juice.
Truth juice.
The truth serum.
Okay.
Juice.
Like if you ask me what's wrong right now, I'd be like nothing.
Put some liquor in them.
Give you a shot.
Spill it all out.
Hey, listen, let me tell you about something real quick. Let me speak to you real quick. This is how I'm feeling.
Yeah. But I'm not drawing out no relationship unhappy though. I don't the fighting, all that. And then a lot of people look at me like, oh, you want perfection. Absolutely. There's certain parts of your life I feel like you should be able to control and you should be able to be completely happy. And a relationship is one of them. I know it sounds unrealistic. Cool. I'll stay doing it my way until
What about people some people are just meant to connect?
Yeah.
Right.
Agree.
And then sometimes we might look at somebody just off their looks. You look good. And then you get to know them, you're like, oh, this ain't it.
It ain't it. But that's the
I had
problem.
that. That's the
This ain't
kryptonite.
See? That's why.
I wish I never jumped in your IG inbox.
I'm done with social media, social network hookups. That's the past.
I've had very little of those.
What else is there? If not social media hookup, then what is it?
I guess that's why I'm
old
single.
school. I'm more impressed by a guy actually coming up to me and asking me or whatever. Like it still happens, believe it or not.
Where at? Grocery store? I mean, because
all of that. Grocery store, my job, not people
Not
that work at my job. I was about to say the bar.
Okay.
Anywhere, just public thing. And that goes back to my insecurities back when I was a teenager with guys not wanting to possibly date me in public because I was a big girl and all that stuff. So I always had the mentality now, like, if you don't show me, if I can't see you wanting me, then I don't believe it.
I get what you're saying.
So over the internet, I'm like...
Right, because social media is like, okay, you're inboxing me, you're texting
you're going
me,
off
but you're
these
not
pictures.
really...
Yeah, who are you again? Granted, I've enjoyed a couple of those social media hookups. Oh my gosh, I'm having thoughts now. It's driving me crazy right now. I ain't gonna go there.
It's so easy though. It's so easy. It's the easiest thing in the world.
What are they calling them? Thirst traps and stuff. I'll be on Instagram like, oh my god.
See, my inbox is dry. Don't nobody be in none of my inboxes.
Thirst trap.
Who's the thirst
That's
trap?
a thirst
Right
trap.
now, by you
That's
saying
a thirst. That's a thirst trap.
Oh, okay.
Telling everybody your inbox
My
is dry.
inbox is dry.
Means come to my inbox.
Come to my inbox.
Don't come to mine. I'll turn over a new leaf. I no longer participate in those
She
games.
lied.
You want to know what's crazy
The
about
last
that
few
for me?
guys I've dated have not been okay. I might be.
I believe in the universe, right?
100%.
And the universe is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I speak, I say, I'm changing. I'm doing something different. The universe sends me something I can't deny.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens all the time. And I be good and I be chilling. And then the next thing you know, you might get that inbox from somebody you've been checking. Like, oh, it's you. Okay, time out. I'm not starting today.
You
I'm
might be
starting
right.
tomorrow.
You might be right.
But it's not real. It's
But
a
that's
test.
your test.
It's
I was
a
going to say,
test.
that's your test.
Damn it, them tests hard.
It's a test.
Those are hard tests.
Whatever you want, he, she, it, them will not come into your life without that test.
But that's funny because I find that lately I've been able to realize the test. Like I can spot them because I'll, just like you said, I'll ask for something or
Damn it, I
whatever.
can't spot them. I'm sitting here thinking about it. I can't. I'll be honest.
I really
can't.
I sit back and I be like, oh, and I really think when you think about it, I'm like, nah, it's too good to be true. I gotta take a step back, reevaluate, and look at some things from a different perspective. And then usually, that's why, like I said, once you kind of get to know yourself a little bit better, you'll be able to recognize the tests when they come.
Oh gosh, you're gonna throw that in here? I feel like I know myself very well, and one thing I know about myself is I like to poke the bear. I like to take on that test.
Now, for me,
it's kind of fun.
I might know when it's coming, but I really want this?
Yeah,
so that's where
I was just gonna say
that's where I go and it's like, yo, I know that you wouldn't have came had I not spoken into the universe. You wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
but I did. And this is a test, and I'm about to fail it because I'm about to go in.
I'm about to fail it.
I'm about to go in.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna fail it. I'm gonna just because this is what I want to do. But then you're putting yourself 10 steps back because
facts.
Oh, God, I know.
Yeah.
One thing I hate about me is I'm Mr. Tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I'm not a procrastinator. I'm just Mrs. Right Now. And then I could be over it. Tomorrow is a whole new day for me.
Yeah.
That's probably why I say I move on so fast and stuff like that. It's just you have to keep my interest. I don't know.
I don't even know if we even built. I mean, shout out to married couples, to happy and relationship
for
people.
real.
But most of us, some people, we might not be built for relationships.
I say that all the time.
No, that bothers me
I don't
because I
think
do want to
everybody.
get married and have kids one
Right.
day. So it bothers me that I'll be like so over stuff so fast.
But I think
it scares me too because I'm like, damn, am I going to be in divorce in
But
5
I think
years?
it's the society. It makes you feel like, and it's so crazy because I'm literally in the wedding business. So I'm looking at brides every weekend. So
look at what motivates us, right? We talked about Nipsey Hussle and Lauren London. We talked about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama.
Right.
We talked about so many beautiful black couples. And then you got your weddings. Now, I don't go to as many as you. But man, oh, okay. But when I am in a wedding, but when I do go to a wedding, and it's that love. He's like, yo, man, I can't wait to go home.
I've been telling these girls to get married already.
But you know what? In the last five minutes, though. What?
I say I've been telling my friends to get married for the longest. I'm like you. I haven't been going to any weddings.
It might not be for her. Right. But if she sees that her friends are, happy and in love, I'm gonna push y'all to y'all best potential.
100%.
But just because
I'm against it.
But just because I speak it don't mean it's for me.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you to get married.
Exactly.
That don't mean I'm gonna do it.
That's pretty much mine. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I feel like I want the fairy tale. I want to get married and all that stuff. But I feel like with society and what's been kind of warped into our brains nowadays, it's just like,
you know what I think?
Because I already know what color we wearing. I always tell them we're wearing yellow, where they're wearing yellow.
You know what I think?
It's gonna be.
This is my personal opinion, and y'all cannot. This is my personal opinion, and y'all can say I'm bugging if y'all want, because I know what's coming up. People always say I'm bugging.
There we go.
I don't think that we were ready for social media.
Nope.
Because it's so easy for us. Like when you're not happy at home,
to
like
go.
You told a story about grandma and grandpa.
Yep.
It was different back then.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't really nowhere.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, dad went to work. No women at the job.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, even though it was possible, it was almost impossible.
Right.
Us now,
it's too much.
One argument in the
leeway.
household,
you into my inbox,
and then you might be in somebody's inbox. Your coworker. I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
We weren't prepared. So as we move further away from marriage, because we're not being taught about it, we're not understanding. We're moving closer to everybody just or a button away from each other.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of sad.
It is.
Very.
It just made me sad.
Yeah.
This is what
Where's
we do
my
here.
fairy tale?
This is what we do here. We have the conversation.
Where are you, husband?
For real. Nah, my husband is an Arabian prince somewhere. I say it all the time.
She gave up a relationship a long time ago, but she talk about me not giving him a try. We not.
You want to hear another
though.
unpopular opinion I have? Lot of people, like a lot of, and I'm a black man. My issue is
we know you a black man.
Hey, listen. People got to ask me if I'm Haitian from time to time.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, sometimes you got to let it be known. I'm African American.
Hey.
Or American. Who depends on who you are.
That's another subject as well.
Some people say, well, I've never been to Africa, so I can't
I'm
be.
not African. Yeah, I hate
that's
that.
another thing. I've seen the most successful men in my eyes that I've seen aren't from here.
Nope.
And it sucks that I'm
100%.
from here because I'm poisoned with what
The
it's
mindset
supposed to
that's
be.
been
When I was growing up, all the guys stood on the corner and the girls loved them.
loved it.
From what I saw.
Never
I'm saying
understood
what I saw.
Not my friends and I.
I'm about to
Just
say
saying,
I
we
never.
wasn't
That
like
was
that.
never
You
me.
never
I like the swag though.
You didn't have to do
wife beaters.
You didn't have to do anything
Nope.
but dress fly, have money,
Mm-hmm.
and you got the girls. So
I mean,
as
it's
you-
kind of still like that a little bit now too.
So as you grow older, you ain't got no game. You don't got no presence of I know how to treat a lady, open the door, do things of that nature. You don't really have that. So I'm from that cloth where you have to reprogram yourself.
Yep.
And then you'll have guys who come into this country or like Nipsey, he was half. He was
Right.
half. Barack.
Exactly.
He's a mixture. You know what I'm saying? So you'll have other influences from other countries and they bring what they believe to you.
Right.
And then you have a strong foundation of what to stand on. So now you can give these principles to your lady, to your kids. But we have American principle,
Right.
which is like some of the nasty, like it's not right.
It's not.
Yeah.
So we're moving away from love because we're not being taught about it.
Nope.
We're just saying the most. So basically, what I'm saying is the more you do here, you get the money, get the girls.
Right.
That was the only gem that they gave most of us. All they gave us. Now, as you get older, you got to figure it out. Okay, it's not about the money. Women getting their own money. So what I got to offer?
What do you got to offer?
What did men go to? Dick pics.
Dick pics. I do. Listen,
Am I bugging?
No, you're not bugging.
What did men go to? Oh, we ain't got money.
Yo,
We ain't got money.
I swear to God, do not send me. Don't send me no surprise ass dick pic. Please.
If you send me a dick pic, that's probably your pic for when you call me and text me. That's how I identify. This is how I identify.
I
these men,
can't.
I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get killed for this because there are some
Probably.
stand-up guys out there. Not everybody's like that.
And
But I'm
they,
just saying.
and they still send dick pics.
or at least Prince, or at least everybody.
Something, right.
Something.
I'm sorry. Like if I'm having a conversation with you or talking to you, whatever, don't send me that.
I'd rather enjoy one.
I'd rather not.
Send him.
If I ask for it, which I probably won't, but I'm just not like, can I get a dick pic? Like,
No,
what is that doing in my phone? Like, what am I going to do with that afterwards?
Well,
What do you do with it?
thinking that, okay, you're going to like what you see and then it's going to pop off.
Okay, then what?
It pops off.
Oh, I guess.
But see, that's the thing. It wasn't about relationships or loving. It's just like, how do I get your attention? How do I get you to come over? How do I get to come over?
But isn't that sending the wrong message?
You don't know that, though. You don't have no message.
But that's the message it's going to send to
There
me.
is no, but we're not thinking about you.
You right.
Well, honestly, like we're not thinking
you right.
about you.
You just think about
let me
what you're
tell you
trying to get out
one
of the
worst
situation.
things, though. One of the worst things is silence. If you send
After
that thing
the dick, I was gonna say after dick pic.
after the dick pic,
That's what you get.
and you don't get no reply,
That's funny.
it's not like that silent treatment. Like, yo, hey, did you get that message?
But that's where it comes in
I'm
for
a tit
me.
for tat type of girl. I personally
See,
give me a picture. I might send you one
AKA
back.
McNasty anyway. But that's what my thing. I will be that silent one because I don't know what to say after you done sent me a
You
dick pic.
crazy. I'll be sending
We
mad
not talking about you and your
eyeballs heart
nasty
faces and tongues out with this little eyeball thing. Like, You're crazy.
Her nickname is McNasty for a reason.
I am not. I just like to have fun. I think it's fun. I think it's all in fun. I don't look at the picture as in, he gonna get to hit this or whatever. I'm like, so he's open and he's fun. Like, let's have some fun. So, here's a nipple, you know.
Here's a nipple.
I'm just saying.
I guess.
I think it's fun. I see nothing. I don't look beyond the picture, I guess you can say. I don't look at it like what Faylee's saying that, he just want to bang me or whatever the case may be. We could be having a conversation and we're talking about sex. So when you talk about sex, what happens when you talk about sex?
But I've gotten a dick pic in the middle
Random.
of... Yeah, like, don't send... Like, what...
Tuesday.
And then, for real, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Those are the ones that probably make me blush the most. I'll be at work. I'm like,
oh my God. I can't. I cannot.
Like, just send me a pic. You know what? Let me go and hide all this. Send one song back, go in the bathroom.
Nah. If we're having a conversation and we're in that topic, okay, then I'm not going to be like, but if you just randomly
But that's the thing, though. Some people like it. Some people don't.
These pictures are so fun that some of my friends, we got group chats. I'm like, yo, look what I just got.
Oh
and
my
so,
God.
guys, if you're not my man, we're definitely
everybody done seen your dick.
Possibly. I'm like,
okay. Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you something about that then.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a great pic, I don't think we don't care.
Yeah,
I'm sure y'all don't.
We don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care.
I feel like everybody at this point know the risk of sending these pictures,
pretty much,
including myself.
Absolutely.
And ask me, do I care?
I'm a public figure now.
I'm a public figure.
I'm a public figure.
I don't care. So you have to not care to send these pics.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of sex, I seen something. The consent condom.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you about the consent condom. And what it is it takes 4 hands to open, 2 hands from each, which will indicate that consent happened. So I'm assuming that if there was somebody who called foul,
who gets to keep the proof though? But go ahead, continue. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think it makes sense at all.
It doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. Who gets to keep the proof? Like,
that sounds
it
like
doesn't make sense.
And then the next day I say, oh no, you raped me. Nah, here we go. We open this shit together. But
how do we know?
That don't make sense because I watch a lot of Law and Order.
I think we all
Special Victims Unit.
I was about to say
you can be in the middle of having sex if she says, "All right, get off me, get off me."
You got to get off of her.
After you've opened the condom together.
Right.
So I don't know.
So then what? Yeah.
I don't know what they are thinking.
I don't know either. Money
either. Because I've definitely been in the middle of sex before and dude decide he wanted when he from the back take the condom off. No, I don't play that shit. Get off now. Yes, and I'm like, yo, wait a minute.
At least he said something to you.
He did. I found out through myself, and I'm like, wait, that whole time you was back there, you would not get the fuck off of me.
Nah.
I was angry. Okay, I was so angry, and I felt disgusted, and I didn't deal with that guy ever since.
Health was in jeopardy. People don't understand.
But that's what I'm saying. That's another time
made me feel dirty
because people like when it comes to the whole, people really think like diseases are still like make believe or something like that, and they just be wilding. Like, that's crazy.
Out there that you can't get rid of, just like herpes.
Isn't that crazy when they'll tell you that your town has a high risk of this and that, but everybody that you deal with don't seem to have it?
Right.
Like, wait a minute.
Do they not?
So listen, right? It's funny though, because I look up stats all the time like that and stuff, and I be thinking about, y'all know they call it Tatinez now.
Oh,
Martinez
God.
bar.
Tatiana?
No, it's a bar. Martinez bar.
Oh, Martinez bar.
Yes, and they call it Tatinez because that's where all the thoughts. And I always, every time I go in there, which it hasn't been lately, of course, because it's a whole new wave in there. But I used to go in there and I'm like, damn, they say in Trenton, like, I don't remember the numbers may be wrong. In Trenton, they like 1 out of every 200 people got HIV in Trenton.
Wow.
And you go into this bar and you seeing like 200 people, and I'm like, damn, somebody in here got the pack. And I'll just, and you call the bar Tatinez because they be getting it on the pool table and all that like that. I'm just like,
I think I'm gonna stay single.
Single
because that
I be thinking the same way. Just like
if
you do the research and you find out that your city is highly infected with either an STD or HIV. What I say?
Yeah.
Oh, thought I said it wrong.
No, I'm just saying damn STDs and
and then it's just like everybody you know don't have
it.
Anybody that I flirt with don't have it. Just don't make sense.
That don't make no sense.
It don't make sense. It don't add up.
My thing is with the whole herpes thing, because they say that's like one of the most, so it's like for it to be so contagious, how many of y'all walking around with it and not saying nothing?
The sad part is I know a friend who just got, and I'm not gonna say her name, but she put she put herself out there on Facebook, but she just got it, and she's like distraught, like she's hurt.
Wow.
And she's putting him on blast on Facebook, and she got it, and and there's nothing she can do about it.
Nothing. I don't know what I would do because I'm a tit for tat type of girl. So I'm
how you
pissed.
That's illegal.
I'm just saying, no, not that I would give it to. I'm talking about that person.
I get it. Kisha, like you burnt.
No. But that person, I can't do that if somebody done it to me. I'm talking about like what you said. She put the dude on blast on like Facebook that, and all that. I don't know what I'll do. I probably would do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't run to social media for stuff.
But it's crazy because there's some people like, nah, don't do that. So you would do that. Y'all think that's okay?
I'm not a social media girl as far as business, but as far as me. Probably crying outside of his door, motherfucker, you gave me herpes. His neighbors hearing some, fuck that. Or his family knowing or something, or me just sending paragraphs of text message cursing them out all the time. Yeah, you're gonna feel my hurt.
I would be the one that completely disconnects myself. Like, I don't want nothing to do with you. People. I don't want nothing to do with your family. I want to pretend like you never existed.
So what about other girls? Like, okay, since you decided to have sex with me and you either didn't or you do know that you have it and you disrespected me, I'm going to put you on blast to save other people.
To save other people. I mean, I get that part, but I think I don't like putting my business out there like that. Yeah, I'm just super private. My thing is I would just cut it off.
And for me, this is just me, but there are some ignorant people in the world. Right. Like if a friend of mine said they had herpes, I think that would be the time to definitely, you know what I mean, put your arm around them because that's something you can't get rid of that.
You cannot.
And you're going to need people. So I know you're saying that you don't put your business out there, but you might need your friends more than ever.
I mean, but that's like any situation. You don't know until you're, I don't want to say until, but you don't know unless you're in that situation. You don't know what you would do. But me, based off of the person that I am today, like I know I'm just super private. Like I would just be, all right, you hurt me. I don't want nothing to do with you. I mean, would I tell my friends? Yeah, I'm going to tell my friends, but my close friends, not to the whole world. Like, yeah, I'm going to tell the people that support me, obviously. But
it's real, people.
It is.
That sucks.
It is. Real. And I pray to God that, like she said, get tested. Yeah. Single or not. Yeah. In a relationship, get tested. Because these MFs out here
I have a friend from college that has HIV. See? So that shit hit hard. Yeah. Like, so I don't play that like when it comes to disease and stuff. And ladies, we get checked every year. You know, you're supposed to.
You're supposed to.
So why
it's
not tell your doctor to run it all? You know,
but it's the dudes that for some reason when it comes to that, they're I don't know if they're scared, they're lazy. I don't know, but I know more females will get tested than dudes.
I guess with men, like for example,
y'all don't go to the doctor.
I about to say they don't like going to the doctor.
I recently my body has been acting strange. My lungs, like I don't know what it's the side of my body. I just felt it throbbing. So okay, now let me make a doctor's appointment. Yeah. I'll wait until I'm feeling all these aches and pains. Right. And I just found out that I'm dehydrated. I need to change my diet. My cholesterol is a little high. My liver count is high. My lung count is high. Some food gave me some type of bad bacteria. I just finished my medicine, flushed it out. What it took for my body
to talk to
shake for me to be like, let me make this call. So with guys, if it ain't gonna burn when it pee,
I know dudes who ain't been a doctor and stuff since they was teenagers because I do because it's just something that I'm fine. I've been fine for 10 years, and unfortunately, I heard men say things like, I ain't been a dentist unless they teeth hurt. So I know people who don't go every 6 months like I do. Yeah. Unfortunately, and it's all guys.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the girls. I feel like maybe because with the girls we get periods and all that stuff. So we're more, and having babies and all that stuff. So it's more susceptible for us to kind of make the doctor's appointment because we're used to it.
You ever see a friend or somebody you know and they open their mouth and their teeth is like green and yellow? Like, how did you?
Oh my God!
How did you get to that point? No,
I got a story real quick. Some girl at my job, she's sitting there like, I can't get this white stuff off my tongue. Like, you supposed to brush it? And I'm like, and I'm glad I never got close to her, so I feel like her breath probably stinks.
Oh my God!
So I'm like, so wait, you mean to tell me you don't brush your tongue? Is that
wait, hold up. There's people that don't brush their tongues.
This is the girl I'm talking about. She did not brush her tongue.
That's fucking nasty. Wait,
she's like, I ain't know. You just
go around it.
I have no idea, but she sucked that shit out. It looked like
that's nasty.
Raw milk was.
That's so nasty.
I'll be honest with you.
That's disgusting.
I use an electrical toothbrush, so it times it. You got 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there, 30 in. Like it tells you how to do it. Floss. mouthwash.
Right.
I still need dentist appointments because sometimes you'll look and be like, yo, all right, it's
I'm
not as
obsessed
white
with
or
teeth.
something is what it is.
Right.
So regardless of how good you take care of your teeth,
Yeah, you're still going
to need a dentist
But
appointment.
just think
Every
about the
6
people
months,
that
like
don't take care of their
That's my
teeth as
point.
much.
That's my point.
That's
But you mean to tell
nasty.
me we don't see it? It's just, I mean, you mean to tell me you don't see
You
it?
don't see
That's
that?
one of my biggest turnoffs for
Whew.
is your mouth.
Yo,
Yuck
I'm
mouth. I
telling
don't
you.
do yuck mouths.
Let me tell you.
Don't.
I went on this date. Matter of fact, this was somebody I actually met online, one of the few. And, conversation was great until we went on our first date. And we conversing, talking and all that stuff. And he just happened to give me one big smile. Yo, the date was done. I was still in the date, but mentally I was gone.
This ain't gonna work.
I already knew.
I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna enjoy the food.
Had the dinner,
Yeah.
went to the movies and everything. After that, in my mind, I was like, "Yeah, we're never talking again."
I had a girl
Ever.
do that to me before. We went on a date,
Yeah.
not in a negative, in a positive
Yeah.
way. She told me that once we sat down and we just talked, she said, "Yeah."
I knew it wasn't it.
No. It was the opposite. It was the positive.
Okay.
But it was just that one sit down.
Right.
where
That's
they were
all
like,
it
okay,
takes. That's all it takes.
we're going to be together.
We're going to be together.
And you don't know. You just
Right.
thinking, man, I'm about to enjoy this food. We laughing. In her head,
Yo.
as soon as we sat down, I guess she
telling
saw
you.
me
Yeah.
because it was through social media.
Yeah.
So when you finally sit down with somebody, you get to see them.
You get to see
Some
'em.
people are shorter than you think,
Right.
taller, and sometimes the filters on every picture.
Right.
You just don't know.
They don't
Just
give the
don't
whole
know.
They
body.
don't
Yeah.
give the whole body, but
Then when you meet somebody,
'Cause I
you're
got
like,
this thing with
okay.
guys that got bigger butts than me and
well,
lady
Lakeisha.
hips because I don't have an ass. So I that's probably one of my biggest disappointments. Your mouth and then your ass. Like for a guy, like if I see you and I'm like, oh my god, he has lady hips.
Lady hips.
Yeah, I can't compete. How can I compete if your ass is better than
No,
mine?
I feel you.
Like,
I want to bring you back because I want to discuss with you when it comes to dating and relationships.
Oh man.
I want to know, like, just give me 3 things out of all the things that you are willing to put to the side to make it work.
For
'Cause
real. I want to
we
know these things too.
We know what you don't like,
I would love to know.
but if it came down to it, what would you put to the side? You don't got to answer now.
Okay, but one thing I said, I recently became accepted to dating a guy with kids. That was a big no for me because I don't have any, and I don't want to come off and sound all mean and stuff, but I don't want to care about your kids too. So I'm working through that. I recently,
That's understandable.
Yeah.
So
Keisha
that was
can
hard
be a
for
little
me.
selfish, but
I think
Yeah,
I'm
I'm working on that.
Yeah.
I really think this is
Working on
that era. If you're not in a relationship, I really think this is the do you era. Like this is the
and I'm having
you.
so much
Heck
fun.
yeah. Yes.
I'm having so much fun. doing
Everything
it,
used to
so.
be family, neighborhood, community. I really think this is the do you
have
era,
to.
man.
I'm not-
Even if you have kids,
still
go
gotta
on
do you.
vacation. Go love yourself. Go
How you gonna love anybody
therapy.
else if you can't love yourself?
Fam. Our parents, I can't speak for everybody, but our
Right.
parents and their parents, they never did none of that. They
None
just,
of that.
They just did
My
it.
mom is being open to a whole new route. I started
Man.
like we're starting to plan trips together now and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually my first time going out of the country was with my mom and family and stuff. We went to Mexico. She's been hooked ever since. She's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like the plane whole
Yeah.
experience, like that's the trip in herself. Oh, we in Texas now. Like, but you're at the airport. Relax,
Still at the airport.
relax, mom. You're still at the airport. So it's definitely been.
This was a good episode, man.
It was.
Well, that's good to know.
It was.
Be
What did you
entertaining.
What did you think?
What you think, Dashan?
Right, because I'm put Dashan on blast.
Put her on
right?
blast.
Am I correct that you still haven't listened to a full episode? You just listened to parts before. Yeah,
That's fine.
she have not.
Listen, let me tell y'all
So
people.
she got to see a whole episode.
Let me tell y'all, I put the timestamps on the episode. We record from an hour to 90 minutes. If you do not have 90 minutes, it's us. Whether this is a 5 minutes or 10, I still get to click. I do not care.
Yeah.
Click on the part you want to hear.
I like that.
Yo, fam, every episode has a timestamp.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about the sex part, it's going to be around the 60-minute mark.
Right.
Click it if that's what you want to hear.
Right.
Yeah,
But guess who still gets the credit?
Much.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Me.
Yeah.
So
I listen. Like I said, I've been supporting you guys. For
we
a long
appreciate you. We
time.
appreciate you.
A long time.
Yeah, I can't believe it's over. I feel like it just kind of
We just started, but you don't know we've been talking for almost 90 minutes.
I did know
Good.
Okay. I know you got to get out of here, right?
a little bit, but I'm mad you didn't do the game though. That was the only thing I was
Okay.
like. The fresher fiasco, you didn't have any.
Well, here's
of
the thing.
those,
I did have one. Like the consent condom was one of them. But then when I realized my brother wasn't going to
I was
make
about
it,
to
it was
say.
just like, because normally he comes up with something.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I was
okay,
like,
okay.
I ain't gonna force nothing. Like just to do anything.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
I was just gonna say fresh fiasco,
Jared.
consent condom, things
I
like
know.
that.
What's up, Jared?
So
we missed you.
So before we get out of here, please plug your brand and everything you got going on one more time.
I ain't gonna repeat what Dasha just said, Jerry. Just you probably know what she calls you, but I'm not gonna put it on your show like that because I can see you looking at me like this motherfucker. Okay, I'll stop.
All right, so my business is called London Artistry. It's named after my daughter, and like I said, we are having a fashion show 28th of this month. 28th of this month, and I would like for everybody to come out, show some support, come get some drinks, some food, come out,
it says
have
the tickets
a good time.
include 2 drink minimum, 3 for VIP, so clearly I'll be VIP.
And then some. Yeah, after 3 drinks, you gotta pay for that. But you can come for your 2 free drinks, so there you go.
Nice.
And food.
That's
one
no
of my mom's biggest
meal
things.
now.
One of my mom's biggest things is she hates supporting something that ain't feeding
And
her.
that's exactly why I made sure, I'm like, how I'm going to keep these people in this room? I got to feed them.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a whole meal or a little snack, I got to feed them. So, yeah, it's going to be some food, some snacks. So, yeah, come out and enjoy.
And I'm going to have all the information in the description of the episode so people can just click on it and
Cool.
they can go to your IG page, they can go to wherever you want to send them. So
And
just send me that
at London Artistry.
Right.
Yeah, y'all do that.
Keisha, thanks for coming through.
Yes.
Once I knew you was coming, I knew this. Listen, my brother said he wasn't coming. I said Keisha's coming. We're
I
good.
did not know he wasn't coming. I was coming just to play the background and support.
I inboxed you.
But
So I was trying to give you a heads up, but you didn't
you
reply.
just said, yo. How was that a heads up?
That's the inbox, Keisha.
I thought you were saying, yo, as in like, as y'all, are you coming? And then I walked through, so I was like, he must know we're
I was
here.
waiting for you to answer. Hey, yo. What's good? Hey, yo, other ain't coming.
See, I'm working on that too, replying back.
Replying.
I am bad at returning phone calls. Replying
So
back.
just like last episode, I'm going to give y'all the keys to winning the sneakers again. Okay. And the only people who want to get this gem are the ones who listen to the episode in its entirety. Here it is. If you have an iPhone, you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Screenshot it and send it to me. I'll put you in. If you do not have an iPhone, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Podcast Brothers. I get all the notifications so I know who is subscribing and who is leaving reviews. But sometimes people use their nicknames and things like that. Mm-hmm. So if you do subscribe to our stuff, in whatever case you may be, I'm going to need you to tell me your full name. For example, there was about 6 people who came through and supported and did what I asked them to do. And these 6 people are in the running. Ty Smith, Arthur, I can't pronounce his last name, Roques, but I know you on Facebook, Instagram all the time. So shout out to Arthur. This guy, Cane Bowl, Cainbol, I don't know who you are. Let me know who you are, please. Shout out to Brittany J. Ross. She subscribed to the YouTube channel. TJ is TJAE1. Shout out to you. Whoever you are, let me know who you really are so I can officially put you in. And there's this Nolly Hendricks. So shout out to y'all.
I want them sneakers.
Shout out to y'all. Once again, if you have Apple, leave us a review. If you have already, create another account and leave us another one. Or subscribe to the YouTube channel. So this way, the winner walks away with a fresh pair of sneakers. We walk away with more support for our podcast. It's a win-win.
Win-win.
And what's it? The Sneakerhead?
OG Sneakerhead. Shout out to OG Sneakerhead. That was
we went
another
to Granville together.
Yeah.
I let you know when I went, I want something like 500. So some red bottom something.
So Kisha already know how he give it up.
I know. Since we were in Granville, I could just remember them in the back of the classroom. Shit's right here. So yeah, I'm on it. I'm excited, and I hope I win. If not, I'll be mad. But whatever.
Remember, episode 150, we will give it. We will have the raffle, and the winner will be announced. So if you're not from the city and we got to mail them out, we can do that too.
Cool.
Or you can just come pick them up. So you got an iPhone, so you got a decision to make.
I mean, I'm not that much of a sneaker.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, she's not at all.
You got the heels on.
3.
Now give out a pair of shoes, regular shoes. That's a different story. But
you got over there. Android? No, I'm saying you got the Android? Okay, all right.
Me too.
But she only listens to half the show, so.
It counts. It counts.
Yeah, I didn't know it counts. That's what's up. It counts.
It counts.
So.
Okay.
I got to get back on the platform with the other shows. I know you still be. I just seen the was it social
gibberish?
Yeah. Like I was
Social
listening
gibberish.
to it, but had a lot going on. Getting them call. I had a lot going on, so I took a fall back from. You haven't seen me commenting lately or anything like that. I'm gonna get back to it. Hopefully.
Okay. But this was episode 132, I believe.
Dang.
Yeah, 132 episodes, man. 3
What
years.
was the summer episode? That was
100.
That was 100.
That was the live show. That was the live show.
Oh, it was the
I
live.
thought that wasn't
before
100
y'all
yet.
did
That was
100.
before,
Okay, yeah.
Last year was big. We had the live show and we had 100 episode. Man.
The live show was fun. I was.
Yo, I wish I can do that over again.
That was
so many
a good time.
so many mistakes that. Well, first off, it was our first one.
I was about to say.
So as a producer, I'm looking back and saying,
now that you know better,
see what I could have did.
And if I knew y'all were gonna call me up there, I would have got ass flushed.
I didn't
my
know.
face was like, when I
That was my
get the
thing.
drink,
That wasn't-
I can't stop smiling. And she's all sitting there like,
But that's my thing. That wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah.
So to do it again, I
You'll
wouldn't
plan it better.
do that then. So.
Yeah.
But hey,
it was a pretty good turnout for it to.
it was.
be your
It was
first one.
love.
I had a
It
good
was
time.
love.
It was
I appreciate
definitely
all y'all black people
Yeah.
coming, man. Like black people filled that room
I need
up,
the
man.
same black people in my show.
There it is.
Yes,
There it is.
plug.
out
This
and
is episode
support.
132. We
Plug
are the
it
podcast
in.
brothers. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Follow us on Spotify, and we out.
Out.